Gravy, baby.
Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to Gravy, baby. What's up,
We got
Gravy,
running
baby?
games.
Gravy boats, gravy biscuit, biscuit bitches.
Dumpling dudes, gravy gals. I thought it was a good one. Gravy gals, dumpling
Yeah.
dudes, biscuit, biscuit, biscuit.
Gravy guys, gravy gals, and babies.
Babies. Yep.
I don't like it. It rhymes with scabies, and it was forced.
Yeah. You know what? Gravy is fluid. Gravy is.
It is. I was just thinking about that. I was like, it's already not binary because you can put it on way more than two things.
Right.
Well, anyway, hello everyone. We are down Carmen.
Down
in the
bad.
sands. Yeah, where in the world is Carmen? She's not in San Diego. Don't do that. I didn't like that. She is in Tahoe this weekend. When this comes out, if you are in or near the Tahoe area, you can go see Carmen. You can check her socials to find out exactly where.
Listen, you can do whatever you want to. You're if you're above the age of 21 and you're in America, just dude, what are you doing not doing? What are you doing not fulfilling your dreams right now? Drew,
That's a great question.
Your dreams?
No.
Yeah.
No, I am. I mean, yeah. I guess so. I guess I am. What about you?
Dude, I'm fulfilling dreams that I didn't know that I had. I am creating new dreams. Based on a lifestyle that I didn't even know I ever wanted. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, Drew.
I will. I'm going to smoke on it right now. Now, let me ask you this. When you say you didn't know that you had, do you mean like 5 years ago or do you mean yesterday?
Yeah, all new dreams, all new set of dreams. Like, fucking.
But I'm asking, when did you find out you had it?
As life developed, the dreams developed with them, the ideas, the desires.
Stop dodging my question. You know what I'm asking you. I'm trying to ask if these are new dreams, as in like new in your life, like the last few years or the last few months, or are you saying one day you just start doing something and you're like, I didn't even know that was a dream of mine, but now that I have it, it is.
Kind of a little bit of both. Like this wasn't something that this wasn't something that I anticipated doing. None of this was on the card. It was in the cards. None of it.
Was it in your vision board?
It was not on my vision board. It wasn't. Totally fell into it. I mean, you all know how it works from the beginning. So it's now that it's ended up being this, it's like a whole new setup. It's like a whole new vision board. It's like a whole new court board full of I'm making the dreams. I'm making them now. I'm currently not even, I can't fulfill them because I don't know what they are. But it's what is it? Grow some good squash, grow a good melon. Well, then what happens then? Well, now we need to grow a set of melons and a set of we need more corn. How do we do it? More animals. But I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know. So I'm a dream maker. This is a dream theater. You have entered my dreams. You're in my dream. You are what I dream of. You know what's funny? No, I'm not gonna say it. That's all.
Yeah. What's funny? I want to know.
Nah, can't. I'm not gonna talk about it. It's rude. It's crude. It's socially unacceptable.
You were gonna talk about a gay dream you had?
Was it a gay dream? No, I didn't have.
It was erotic.
I don't know if it was erotic or not. Basically,
you don't have to tell me. You don't want to.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah, I will say this. You're talking about your 5 minute. What? You're talking about your 5 minute because it's Pride Month. Let's talk about being gay stuff.
Okay.
You were talking about your 5 minute gay pill. Now go ahead and explain that again.
I wish there was a pill that would literally make you gay for a certain amount of time. I think that would be interesting. We have pills that'll make you feel, I would call it happy and lovey-dovey, like MDMA for a few hours. We have pills that'll make you feel kind of even, like Wellbutrin. And I don't know how long it lasts. We try to get that in your system and it lasts forever. You know, they try to perpetuate that. We have pills that'll make you feel focused if you have ADHD. We have pills that'll make you hallucinate. And I guess that's what this would be, in a sense. You would be hallucinating the notion that you're gay.
It would be clicking on, it would hit your gay receptors.
Ooh, are there gay receptors?
I mean, I imagine so, like, right? Because, yeah, I imagine so. Because there's stuff that makes you attracted.
I wonder if it would make gay people straight the way, if you don't need.
That's what I was wondering.
Like people with ADHD feel calm when they take Adderall. I feel like I have ADHD, but when I take it, I feel nuts.
Yeah.
I wonder if gay people would be straight on it. Huh.
Have you ever heard about, like, the CIA had come up with this? I think it was actually France had come up with, like, a gay bomb. What?
Just great that you went immediately to a psyop. I actually have heard of the gay bomb.
Yeah.
It sounded silly to me, but the French, you can't put stuff past them. It's like everything they do is either ridiculous and stupid or like kind of brilliant.
Yeah. Baguette. We. I was thinking about that the other day. I was watching Righteous Gemstone, and I was watching it, and I was like, and Dre mentioned that there was like, she's like, man, this show's got so much dick in it. I was like, yeah, it doesn't bother me, but you know how I am about beard smooshing, right? Like, I don't get. It's just one of those things where it's like I've tried to, like, in my mind, since the beard smoosh incident, like, okay, so audience, I started watching The Last of Us, like, from the beginning. I've never seen it, and there's that episode with Nick Offerman, and their beard smoosh. And let me tell you something. I've seen dudes
are kissing and they both have beards.
Yeah, and their beards touch, and it fucked me up. I did not like it.
Have you watched two men kiss who don't have beards to make sure it's not just kissing?
Yeah, I've seen my little brother kiss his partner a bunch. I've seen men
passionately or just like goodbye.
I mean, like, they weren't like graphically showing me tongue or anything like that. But
I mean, was it comparable to the Offerman kiss? I just as a researcher, as a scientist, I just want to eliminate other possibilities here. Make sure it is in fact just the beards. Are we certain it's the beards?
I feel like it was the beard. You know how you can feel the thing that's like inside you? It's like when the beards touch. It wasn't like the tongues or anything else. It was the beards touching.
Was it that they were touching in a specific way?
That they were smooshing. They were smooshed.
But I mean, with sexual intent. Like if I smooshed my beard on
I don't
somebody's
think I like that shit at all. I don't think I would like it at all.
Okay.
Especially
You didn't just say I don't think I'd like it. You said I don't think I'd like that shit. You did sound, in fact, and you're being very vulnerable. I'm not trying to get on to you. You did, in fact, sound bigoted. Like that was like the tone shift there. I don't think I'd like that shit at all. Was very
bigoted because I don't want your beard in my beard.
That is not on you. Hold on, that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
Oh.
You saw me smush beards with someone else, and it wasn't sexual.
Y'all just smooshing beards? No, I don't think I
smushed my beard on you.
No, I don't reckon so. But I wouldn't want your beard in my beard. You wouldn't want to put your beard in my beard. I'm disgusting.
Dude, I've always wanted to put my beard in your beard.
I don't think you do.
I want them to grow together.
No.
See? And
listen, but I thought about it.
Right? You were and then you began.
Listen, I thought about that too, right? And yeah, it's easy to go, oh, you just don't like it because it's man stuff. It's man, if they're unshaved or that it's like a people or like whatever, or like you're bigoted because you just don't want beards on beards. You're a beard fucking beardophobic. But
Yeah.
The truth is, I feel like when gay people see vaginas and they're like, disgusting, nobody says anything about that. Nobody's like, oh, what the fuck's wrong with you? You think a fucking vagina? When people fucking,
No, some people do.
let's take it out of sexuality, right? Let's say people who are freaked out about hearing the way that other people eat when they're chewing, right? And it freaks, and they're just like, what the fuck is that? There are just sensations and sights that repulse us for whatever reason.
Right.
And
I think where people get their hackles up is they're like, yeah, but and if an expression of love is doing that to you, it does cause the rest of us to go, interesting. An expression of love giving
there. That's all I got to say.
Right. I think that's what we're saying to you.
Keep your beard out my beard. That's what I'm saying.
Ain't nobody trying to look, dude. Literally nobody's trying to put their beard. This is why, and again,
it seems like peer pressure.
Again, you sound bigoted. And by you sound bigoted, I want you to understand what I mean. Let me finish. I don't mean I think you sound like you're a bigot. I mean, this is quite analogous to bigotry. Okay, we've gone from I don't like it to don't you try to do it to me. No one's trying to do it to you. No one's ever tried to do it.
You're sitting here peer pressuring me.
No, I'm not.
That's what
I don't even want to do it.
Oh, what are you, a bigot? You don't want to smoosh beards? Huh?
I'm just telling you how you're analogous to a certain, you know what I mean? I don't want to smush beards. It's not
an alligator. Well, listen, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude.
An anal gator?
An anal gator. I don't like that shit. I don't like it. I don't like the gate stuff. You ever see that? Somebody fucking butthole all goddamn fucking crazy. That's fucking nothing good about it. Nothing good.
Yeah, but like, sure you don't. Yeah. A lot of people don't like a lot of things. What does that have to do with it? I don't understand the point.
And I'm not against them. I'm not calling them bigots because
I'm not calling you a bigot.
That's what you said.
You can't be a bigot because you don't like beards touching. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you sound the way bigots sound when you're telling me that I'm trying to get you to do something you don't want to do, and I'm not. No one's trying to get you to do anything. You're getting defensive the way they get defensive over something that has nothing to do with you.
It sounds like you're trying to talk me into smooshing beards.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
All right.
I'm starting to think you want to smoosh.
Oh, now you don't want to. What, my beard's not good enough?
I'm starting to think you want to smoosh beards.
Hey, any man
is about?
Proud to smoosh a beard with me.
Dude, you really are. It really is analogous. You desperately want to smoosh beards and you're afraid.
You know what search history is on this beard smoosh.
It's all like how to beat up a beard smusher who smells good. Do beard smushers meet up at airports?
Yeah. Beard smooshers in my area.
See, this is now I kind of do want to smush beards with you just to see if it would do anything for you. If you ever get curious, I'll
straight up get a boner.
Then I'd just be sitting there. Like we'd both be having to deal with the reality of the decision. I'd be like, yeah, I was trying to be a good friend, but this has gone too far. You're just sitting there like, I've never been this vulnerable in my life.
She gonna try to creep over there and smoosh more. Try to sneak a smoosh in.
The alligators here.
The alligator.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson.
And the alligator.
I have a very specific set of beards. It's also funny compared it to bigotry because beard is a term in that world. I'm sure everyone listening knows, but if anyone doesn't, a beard is a closeted gay man's girlfriend or wife. It's the thing he wears in public to hide his true face.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah. So when you like, honestly, it usually comes up as an accusation more than as like a reality term of like, oh, you mean his beard? Where what you're saying is, I think that guy's gay and I have no proof, you know?
Yeah. That's what they did. Did you see the Pee Wee documentary?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen it. I know about it.
Yeah. They tried to do that with him, put a beard on him. Well, he had to go to you a lot of time.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I'm like, I was very riveting documentary.
You watched it.
Fascinating. Yeah, fascinating.
From my reading of the description, you know, my first thought was, and tell me if this is your takeaway or whatever. I want to hear what you took away from it. But my first thought was, it said like he saw his true love, but knew he couldn't be with him and be in Hollywood. I was like, that's not a value I share. That's not a value I think
There was a lot. There was a lot.
Like, I think most people would be like, look, is it hard to be good? Yes. Like, if you like, I can't judge that.
Right.
I can't judge that. But if literally just 1-to-1, the decision was I can be famous or I can be happy with this guy, that's not a value of mine.
Yeah, mine either. I'm going to be honest with you.
But it's gross that he had to choose that when other people don't.
Right. Yeah, dude, it was real. Like I said, it was a very good documentary. It was very, at times, crushing, devastating, and at other times,
What they did to him is unreal.
It's unreal. Yeah. He did a lot of shitty shit too, man. It's just one of those. Huh?
What did he do other than break?
Well, you know, he stole a lot of, and I'd always heard that, like, he had stole a lot of material off of other people, and
I mean, that's the kind of person who breaks up with someone in order to get famous.
Exactly. But I had already heard about a lot of that stuff. That was my theory before, just kind of hearing like how the actual everything panned out. My theory was that he got blackballed and like kind of set up because of all that stuff. But apparently not. Apparently that was just a totally random fucked up. It was fucked up. I mean, it was fucked up, but yeah, it's very much. It's one of those things where you hate the industry, but like you hate the people in the industry too. It's like there's this weird thing that like it is a shitty and terrible fucking industry, and like y'all are more than happy to pacify this shittiness. It's a lot, a lot of ways like that in the good old US of A.
Yeah. I saw a clip. There's this morning where this guy was reading the riot act to Pierce Morgan and one of those dudes from fucking Shark Tank, which right off the bat, what a ridiculous fucking sentence I've just said.
Yeah.
Like, Pierce Morgan and the guy from Shark Tank were having a political discussion about Elon Musk because he is somehow an important figure in our government.
Yeah.
But the guy who was reading him the riot act, he's someone I think I followed before named Professor Galloway. But he was like putting it in sort of manosphere terms, but like I think on purpose and I think artfully. He was just like what you were talking about, where he was like, okay, you say this guy has made EVs more accessible. You say that his work in the AI is genius level. I accept that. And he's clearly rich. I accept that. Does that allow him to do all these abhorrent things? So because someone's rich and they brought an EV to market that ended up changing the world, we are just going to overlook, and then he lists all these things. Is that what being a man is? And I was like, oh, that guy's good, because he's putting it on their terms.
Yeah.
Like, is this what being a man is?
Yeah.
And so to your point, yeah, we're overlooking a lot lately, all of us.
Well, it's coming out so fast.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend of mine who's, how do I say this? A lot more by the book than you and I in terms of his relationship to the world.
Uh-huh.
And so he's very much struggling right now. as someone who had like a lot more, I guess, faith and gestures around, watching it crumble is having a wild effect on him.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we got on it, but I was talking about stealing from Walmart. He's like, "You steal?" And I was like, "Buddy, yeah, look around."
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I did before this, but like, nah, these are evil people.
Yeah.
And it was just like watching him like, but my point is like the erosion of decency it snowballs.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'm admitting to be a part of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is no, I mean, to even talk about morality or ethical thing, anything like that right now, to even try to put that to like, you know, people always say, want to talk about the hypocrisy of this or that. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Or it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were
I
talking
keep going
about
back to,
Go ahead.
I keep going back to Norm Macdonald, that clip with Seinfeld, where he's talking about the hypocrisy of Bill Cosby, where he says, Patton told me the worst part was hypocrisy, but I didn't think so. Seinfeld's not paying attention, and he goes, "You disagreed?" He's like, "Yeah, I disagreed. I thought it was the rape." It's so funny, but it's so
right.
It so lines up with what, you know, the moment that we're living in.
Right. Right. Well, I would say that there is a lot of like, I think the institutions are breaking down, but I think the people are very powerful and are getting more and more powerful, and that is going to snow. I think that will become a thing too. I think you see, like, if ICE can just go into the White House or whatever and arrest staffers and nobody do anything about it, right? Nobody do a goddamn thing about it. Come snatch you up out of the White House. But there's neighborhoods all over
Out of the White House.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't know about that staffer got fucking snatched up?
No, man, that's dope.
Oh, dude, you should have heard the response from our fearless leaders on this, boy. Oh, shit.
Oh, I bet. Did they give a scathing comment?
They said that they will respond when the time is right or some shit like that, dude. They are cooked. Them motherfuckers are cooked, son. They are. It's either the party goes progressive, completely like overhaul, straight up progressive, or it just there's just it's nothing. It's not, which I don't think there's any hope for the future anyway. So it'd be nice to see it go progressive, but like I don't know.
Here's a thought I had in line with this stuff and the hypocrisy and the darkness. I was thinking about like Christians, like around here where I'm living, when they reckon with eventually what is going on in Gaza, they're absolutely going to walk away from that with like this idea of like, man, Israel tricked us.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's going to be such anti-Semitic and hypocritical undertones of like, America lost their way when we put Israel first. And it's like, that's not, that can be a true sentence, I guess. I mean, I think America lost their way before that, but like, I can vibe with that sentence, but that's your whole thesis. That's your whole paragraph. Like, that's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be like, we just try to do the right thing, and that damn Netanyahu, you know how they are, tricked us. Yeah. And like, that's going to be the washing of the hands. These by the way, DJ, here's the dark part. That's not even the dark part.
Good. I like this.
That is the only way we will get our zeitgeist out of it. Americans so have to believe in America being the beacon on the hill.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that the only way to get them to change their mind about Israel and Palestine is to allow them an out that is, it wasn't our fault. And not just like theirs personally, also our governments.
Right. Right. Well, I'm going to tell you, man, I have definitely decided that, like, we are 100% using Israel, and that they like, and I'll tell you why. And here's why. 2 examples. Linda, my man, yesterday, our education department head, who totally botched a Stone Cold Stunner, by the way. If anybody remembers
Vince
that.
McMahon's wife, ex.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know her.
yeah, you know her. Yeah,
Ric Flair's friend.
They were talking about like how like Holocaust denial is a part of diversity. Like that should be included in diversity, right? No shit, dude. It's crazy. Holocaust denial.
And you think those are the masterminds? That was your conclusion?
Well, here's what I'm saying. Here's another example. In the anti-Semitism bill, the anti-Semitism bill, where they made you can't talk about, you can't be anti-Zionist or anything. There was a clause in there that really was making like Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these motherfuckers. Like, yeah, the clause on it that's like, no, but you can still say God, Jesus, the Jews killed Jesus. Like, there are so many times that like these bright shining lights that's like, oh, this is an evangelical, like this is not at all. This has nothing to do. This has to do, like, they don't give a fuck what happens to Israel. Like, if Israel goes and they'll make a deal with or something, like, they don't give a fuck, man.
That is definitely true. I guess the only pushback I'd give you is Netanyahu and his cabinet know all that. And so they're actually, I think, using America.
They're using each other. It's a partnership. Yeah, right.
Whether I see what you're saying, but I just think that one side's duping the other. More so than the other way. But they're talking about dissolving the Knesset right now because of the ultra orthodox that they're supposed to like be putting into the army who don't work or don't fight or anything, and they're talking about dissolving the entire Knesset. I don't know that they have a future. I know that there's a lot of people who have that there are good people. There's good people everywhere. You shouldn't be judged by your government at all, and I'll never do that. It's just a fucked up situation that was allowed to go way too far, dude. Way too far. We should learn Mandarin.
That's what I think is going to happen to Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk is going to end up in China. They're going to get him sober, and he's going to make it to Mars.
I'll never disagree with you more. He's not going to make it to Mars.
If he goes to China, he will. If he goes to China, he will. They'll fucking hook him up. Man, goddamn, can you imagine Elon in fucking Shanghai or whatever, dude? Hong Kong.
They already got a Chinese Elon, dude.
They probably got 9 Chinese.
Dude, they got a Chinese Elon. I've seen him on the internet.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him too. Yeah, he's great. Him and fucking Trump beefing is exceptional. Everybody, it's like one of those things you always know is going to happen.
It's inevitable.
Yep. It happens. And you're just like, this is fun and this is good. This is good for everybody.
It's fun and good. I like this.
Yes, I like this type of fun.
Is that much gravy for you this week? Is the Elon Trump beef?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I can't think of any reasons.
It's just, when you get a spot of light where you see just like two just completely just big, huge fucking dorks dorking it down at each other, just two fucking straight losers, dude. It's like, it's crazy. Here's what I think is gonna happen. Elon's gonna go to China. He's gonna get to Mars, and they're gonna fucking finally, like, the deep state is finally just gonna tap goddamn Trump and be like, "Hey man, we hired you for this. We got you in. We let you throw a couple of Hail Mary passes. Now it's time for you to do what you do best and start negotiating the United States bankruptcy." You know what I'm saying? And, make sure that fucking our rich folks stay in business and we get out of this right.
Yeah,
Don't you smoosh your beer. Don't that the you we're smooshing, boy. Don't you, I'm being as optimistic as I possibly can.
I just don't share the same faith
No,
in the deep
Drew,
state that
no,
you have.
no, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. What was the stupid thing I said on the third? You're optimistic. I'm more like Cop a Biscuit. I just don't share your faith in the deep state, DJ.
No,
Let me break it down. Let me break it down for you.
You don't I did.
Let me break it down for you. I
Break it down.
absolutely believe that the CIA, just as one example, is constantly and has never stopped running a bunch of ops that include, but aren't limited to, selling drugs, doing coups.
Sure.
I just don't believe in any cohesiveness among or between any of that. Like, perfect example, there's been plenty of times where like a bunch of dudes are running a drug game out of like, I don't know, Thailand or whatever, and then they happen to have been in the CIA, and people are like, America did that, and I'm like, no, these dudes don't like America. They don't like nobody but themselves. They're gangsters. I don't think they're gonna set Trump down at all. I don't think they give a fuck, as long as, and this is where it gets interesting to me, the American economy falling apart and or atomic war. And how's that for everybody on their Friday morning, sans Carmen into the biscuit? Here we are. But
are you on the nuclear war thing? You feeling that? I like that.
I'd like to move on because that one you can't. It's already like disheartening enough to kind of be like, man, genuinely, we can talk about this. Genuinely, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about the ongoing genocide in Gaza. Genuinely, like, you go, all right, well, we got to do this. We got to have days of protest. It was like, dude, I marched in the Black Lives Matter movement. I was there when the cop cars were burning. I got hit with pepper spray. And not only did it not fix anything, it almost inarguably made everything worse. And I'm saying that, I'm not saying I'm giving up. I'm not saying that there's no notion. I'm just saying that, like, I'm at a place where I'm like, so what, I really don't know what to do about that. Times that by a million when I start thinking about going to war with China.
For
sure. That being said, what's gravy for me this week? Let me think. I got a few things that are pretty good. Let me think of my top one or two. You ever heard of sun in your butthole?
Yeah, man.
I've been getting sun on my chest and back every day because I read that was a good thing. So I started doing it, and it has improved my mood. And I thought about sun in my tank just because, why not? I'm already out here in the sun.
Yeah.
I might as well guinea pig myself.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty funny position to be in when the nuke hits. You just fucking take a mushroom cloud to your butthole.
Yeah. Thank you, is what I say.
Yeah.
If that happens, that's what I say. I say, thank you. Thank you for, that's my whole fear about all that shit. It's not,
no, let's not get into it. We're talking about vitamin D, being in the sun.
Yeah.
I've been just getting a lot of sunshine the last week or two.
Yeah, it's been nice. No rain.
And like intentionally doing it too. Like, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah. And like what? Like fly kite? Y'all been flying kites?
We've been mostly walking to the waterfall. Boom. Just like, I'll watch Rozzy ride his bike, but I'll take my shirt off while I do it, even though nobody wants to see that. I'm like, I know no one wants to see that, but this is good for me.
I know, man. I almost went shirtless on this because the shirt's so hot, and I was just like, there's not a single soul out there.
There's way more than a single, especially of our followers. Here's a funny one. This is gravy, baby. I was on the porch, shirtless, working on my little computer. Rozzy was taking a nap. Redneck comes by on his motorcycle. There's a huge, like, 4x4 park up on the mountain behind where I live. So they're always coming through, and they're side by sides and their motorcycles. This guy stops in the parking lot across the street from my house where there's a coffee shop, just blasting Morgan Wallen or whatever terrible thing it is. And my son's asleep, and he's got, it's like the motorcycle with the radio. It's a dirt bike, but they've put radios on dirt bikes.
I know. Yeah, I know that. I know the joke.
And I don't know if he's waiting on somebody. I sit there for a second like he's going to move on, and he's just not. I'm like, waving, and he looks at me, and I'm like, turn it down. Turn it down. Just full on dad mode on my porch. Turn it down. I don't want to yell because the whole point I'm making is don't wake my son up, right? Guns it. Thinks I'm telling him to rev it, son. Thinks I'm out there shirtless being like, buddy, turn that Kawasaki up. Let me hear her music to my ears. Won't you turn Morgan Wallen down? Let me hear that. Me. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I walked over there, shoeless and shirtless.
Yeah.
40-year-old dad, some 22-year-old kid just looking at me. And he's definitely looking at me like, why are you talking?
Yeah.
Like it's not loud enough. And I'm like, I get close. I go, hey, man, can you turn that down? My son's asleep. To his credit, he was like, oh, almost like, why didn't you say so? And it's like, because my son's asleep.
Yeah.
It was so funny, watching that dude go. And he wasn't into it either. He wasn't like, hell yeah, dude. He was like, all right, man, if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to hear it.
The opposite.
Yep. So that was pretty gravy. The sun's been gravy. Been walking to the waterfall every morning. We got a tiny little waterfall in town. And
the rain made it in. Right?
Yeah. Oh, it got real big. We had little moonbows, little rainbows. There's a famous moonbow about an hour from me. I've seen it once. I might take Rozzy up there. Oh, like a waterfall in the moonlight has a rainbow.
Yeah.
And it's like pretty big.
Yeah.
That's all right. I guess I'm gonna fuck myself.
Oh, well, hell yeah. I've never heard of this is the best shit I ever heard, buddy. Going to the moonbow. There's a moonbow about an hour from here.
I think that was the song the guy was playing for his Kawasaki.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a moonbow, so it ain't queer.
Yeah. Only the
Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
I've been closing with this joke about pride. I really like the joke, but I've found that when I do it in a 30-minute set, I feel better about it, if that makes sense, than in a 10-minute.
Yeah, because you already got them up. Yeah.
It's not just got them up. It's more like I've given you enough of who I am.
Yeah, right.
That, like, because the joke's basically about how, like, until I went to Pride in the South, I'd never really seen an ugly gay guy.
Yeah.
And, that can sound dickish.
I like that.
I mean, it is dickish.
I don't think so.
Well, thank you.
I think that way, if you only seen them on TV and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or like,
Yes.
Pride and like, yeah.
Yes. Part of the joke is they need to let the uggos talk more. They need to give them speaking roles.
Yeah.
I think it would ease some of the tension. And that's a joke that I make, but I do actually believe it.
Talking about representation, you're talking about fucking putting it, you're talking about putting it all on the line, Drew.
Yes.
Some bitches don't. That's what they don't do these days. They don't put it on the line.
Put it on the line. I've been saying that.
You have been. You're seeing it right now.
I've been saying it so long that now when it's time to put it on the line, I'm like, I'm too old.
Yeah.
I put it on the line, dude. Nothing happens. They moved the line. You believe that
moved
shit?
the line out. I snorted it up in their greedy faces.
Greedy noses.
Hey, what happens to Greta? What happens to old Greta? What happens to her? Does she become an iconic?
No. I don't think they'll kill her. I think they're smart enough not to.
They got to be, right?
Yeah. I mean, unless she and they just won't turn around and they force them to do, or they like starve.
Maybe an arrest. Now
that I could see.
Yeah. Because it's not like you're going to violently fight them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing that.
and I say this with nothing but respect for what she's dedicated her young life to. She lacks any, as best I can tell, charisma. And I'm not saying that matters to me, but it matters if you're in the game of, what do we call that?
Well, truthfully, her personality, it's a lot more overseas than it do
So they
here.
love her over there.
Fucking love her, dude.
All right. I love that. I love that I'm wrong about it. Hell yeah. Well, then when they arrest her, it's going to be a mistake on their part.
Oh, for sure. There's not a doubt about that. Look, you got to think about this, man. Going to prison sucks. You know what I mean? And they don't want her to be doing shit that sucks. They want her to be doing shit that's cool.
Well, I do think you boiled it down to the most basic truths.
Yeah. And that's what
They
they'll
don't
be
want her
on the
doing shit
streets
that
hollering,
sucks.
let that lady do cool shit.
There's also a guy, an Irish actor. I can't remember his name. He plays Davos on the show called Game of Thrones. And the libs love Game of Thrones. And Davos was undeniably one of the most noble, honest characters on the whole show. He was sort of from a working class ship background who worked his way into having a fleet and then ended up in the king's army. And, you know, it was like the working man made good kind of thing. And then after that happened, he maintained his integrity and blah, blah, blah. My point is, like, they love this guy too. Now, this guy's clearly a fucking left-wing freak in the best way possible. Like, he is very obviously like an Irish fucking, he's probably killed a few British people at some point.
Yeah.
He's of the age where he might have done that. But my point is, like, he is beloved by the normies for the character he played and the fact that he's out there with Greta giving speeches. So I don't know, man. I keep thinking the tides are turning or will turn. I've been wrong for 3 months.
Look, man.
I honestly thought for a second, because he loves being popular so much, that Trump was going to pull out.
No, he can't do that. Yeah, there's no way. He'll be forced to go to war with Iran for any of that happen. There's no way he can't. They'll fucking, buddy. Nah, not just him, but his family and everything. You know, it's everything. You know. So that's bad. And yeah.
Well, I tried to pull us out.
Oh, sorry.
I'm Trump.
Man, I forgot.
I'm Trump
Sorry.
right now. I'm
You
Trump
said-
trying to get us out, but they just keep.
Well, and once again, let me say, well, goddamn, dude, did you see that fucking Chuck Schumer? The fucking one thing that he came out and said was like, "You better go."
His
to war
whole
with
job is
Iran."
to keep the left pro-Israel.
Yeah, and then like he comes out again and like makes this big long statement about Taco Trump like trying to make a deal with Iran, and you better have war, you slimy slime ball. I ain't got shit to say about shit else. Fucking,
We're a joke, dude.
we are a joke, dude. We're a fucking, it's a failing nation. And it's just failing. No, say it.
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, you're not gonna get the groundswell of like youth and whatever going forward if it's
not
like
here.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, in
It's-
Germany, they're getting their fucking asses whooped by the police. I mean, they get beat down, and they
Who is?
steal the protesters.
I mean,
And
there
they
are protesters getting beat up too. They're just not putting it on TV.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. But not like, I don't know, man. Yeah, that was crazy.
They're getting deported.
Yeah, it's all bad. Which is really weird
Oh,
to think
man.
about. Okay, like how do you?
It's like,
how do you,
why do we always do this? But like, and I mean, like genuinely, why?
well, what is
Are we
it?
just are we just incapable of coming up with these other topics on our own? And then Carmen comes up
Oh,
with them.
me and you.
And we're happy to talk about them.
I don't know. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't know
Don't
it
be
was a big.
sorry.
Listen, it's pride. All right.
Yeah. And we
It's
hear we hear it.
What? Fucking Lockheed Martin.
Yeah.
When we hear a Lockheed Martin, dude, actually, that's crazy too. That whole thing is fucking nuts. I like the fact that some like some corporations are still putting on the front. Like they're like, no, we need this money. Like we're
That
like,
makes you feel like there's a future.
but no, I just think it's a bold move and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. That's funny to think about. I mean, yeah, Nike's not marching Kaepernick out anymore. It does feel like they've hedged their bets.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing about identity politics and culture. I don't know we talked about this before, but like, it has no material, like there's no direct material gain in it for the average person. So you lose the culture war. There's no in identity politics. And it's not like having a union. You know what I'm saying? It's like all these DEI policies are great, but if you just had a union, you know what I mean, then you would all be getting equal pay and fucking all this. It would all be on the same. You know what I'm saying? It's like
As long as the union wasn't racist, we'd be in there.
right.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
I was listening to this podcast.
Let me cut you off right there. My mother-in-law made seafood stew. Man, that was fire.
Yes, I love seafood, dude.
Yeah, dude. Seafood chowder.
Mm-hmm.
And the first day we made it, she was like, it's a little thin. And I was like, how many potatoes you put in it? And she told me, and I said, it'll thicken up. I just had some today.
Nice and good.
Oh, yeah, dude.
What's the difference between a stew and a soup? Break that down for us.
Look that up, Jamie. I don't know. A difference between a stew and a soup. It's got to be something to do with either the meat to water ratio. That's what I'm going to go with. I can't think of any stew that don't have meat in them.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right, let's ask the phone.
The difference is
Oh, here we go.
soup typically has more liquid than solids, while a stew has a greater proportion of solids like meat and vegetables. Soups can be clear, thin, or thickened, while stews are thicker and chunkier.
I nailed it, even though I didn't really know, but I kind of nailed
So
it.
you almost had seafood soup. Then it got thick.
It's true. I almost had shrimp soup, we'll call it.
Troop soup. Well,
To be fair,
what kind of seafood?
Mark, can you chime in again? Is there a third category for chowders?
Oh, we are getting deep in it today.
All right.
It's unbelievable.
Because really it was a chowder.
Chowders have dairy or dairy based. That's what I'm going to guess.
Okay.
Chowder means it's cream based.
Oh, man.
Dude, me and you back to back got them both right, like as a team. Like, that was beautiful, dude.
That was beautiful, man.
I'm
really
impressed.
this is like an Epicurean, just deep, thick episode. I really didn't know we had it in us.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure people deserve this. We should maybe put it behind a paywall.
Yeah, man.
I'm kidding, but speaking of things behind a paywall, there is an excellent bonus episode up on Patreon right now. It's already there. We're not promising you something, and then we're going to pull back. It's already there right now. Episode we have titled The Hollywood Poetry Club. We explore not one, but two separate David Duchovny poetry readings, discuss them in depth, analyze them both from a Marxist and a feminist perspective. And it was all true to the last part. Then I started making stuff up.
Yeah, we talked about them. Here's a fun fact for y'all to listen to him. What is David Duchovny up to now? Well, he's got a podcast on the History Channel about disclosure. And he talks about CIA torture programs and other terrible stuff. I'm sure he's deep into it. So that's what he's doing now.
Yeah,
But you gotta
David
wonder-
Duchovny is doing a Netflix series essentially on conspiracies.
Oh, he's doing it on
And-
Netflix. That was on History Channel.
I think it's on Netflix.
Hey, dude, it could be like a History Channel produced Netflix special on
Crossover.
future. Crossover.
Yeah. The CIA has many names.
It's all owned by the same people, BlackRock. Once you know that,
You'll never be the same.
you'll never look at life the same.
Well,
Yes.
we made it this far. I feel good about it.
How far is it? No, you
We're
gotta
like
keep
50. We got to
You
keep
gotta
going?
You got to keep going, dude. You got to keep on telling me this good stuff. Send me off with a bang.
A
me off
bang?
with a
It's a
boom.
good stuff bang. Dude, I've given you some great stuff. We've sunned our balls. The redneck who didn't know that I wanted to turn the music down, so he revved his engine. I mean, like,
I'll tell you what
that's
I did.
pretty.
I've had a deeply poop-tastic week, right?
So
I haven't been pooping, but
Oh, though you mean you have been.
no, I've been deep in the poop. Like one time I had to clean out this goddamn lawnmower, and apparently I had driven over quite a bit of dog poop. And when I put my hand in there, oh yeah, it was terrible. Then same day, right? I'm out here weeding the goat yard. I whack a goat turd, right? It hits a fucking rock. It's off the rock. It goes dead into my fucking mouth.
No, it did
I
not.
fucking like it.
I don't know what happened to your sound. As soon as you started talking about goat shit going in your mouth, you sound like you're in a tunnel. So for people just listening, it's like you're in the shit now. That's so fucking funny. DJ, I gotta ask, I'm sorry, what does goat shit taste like? What? It's not helping when you do that. Stay in front of it. Man, I want to end on whatever this word is. This is our Rosebud or whatever, Citizen Kane. This is it. This is the end of our masterpiece episode, and we don't know what DJ's saying. It wasn't coffee. I thought it was coffee. Was it coffee? Did you say coffee? Tune in next week to find out what goat shit tastes like here on the Gravy Baby podcast, where we're bringing you such just illuminating observations and takes on everything from geopolitical happenings around the world to the intricacies of goat shit coffee. I've been Drew Morgan. The only show I have to plug is that I'll be in Knoxville in July. I haven't announced it yet, but get ready. Carmen is in Tahoe this weekend. If you're there, DJ is on a mountain making dreams he didn't know were dreams come true. We're all shocked that those dreams are eating goat shit, but we're happy for him. I love you guys. Goodbye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,